Want to support your favorite content creator without spending a dime? Now you can with Gawkbox. Hop on your Android or iOS device and search for the creator. I kind of like this guy. And scroll through and find out ways you can donate to the creator for free. What's going on, everyone? Kami here. We're going to be doing another Coach Kami. Now, some of you may remember Talonlan. I've done a Coach Kami for him /her/Apache helicopter before, but here's another one. This one he's going to be playing Makoa. Remember, if you want to submit your own gameplay for Coach Kami, be a sub to me on Twitch or a patron. Jumping into the legendary and the loadout pick. So you're going to go with Leviathan. I think Leviathan by far is just the best legendary in the game right now for Makoa. They do have some fears and CCs and stuff you don't really want to deal with, but flat out the health is amazing. Loadout, strong arm, very good. Salvage, very good. And I really like Ebb and Flow too. The other two are just kind of flavor picks. I think Tidal Grace is fine because they don't really have any great shield pokers unless the Victor wants to go Wrecker. So you might be able to get a lot of that heal during the shield. As for item pickup, I think you've got some good cotters, and I don't know who would want to go Wrecker. I think the Bomb King maybe go Wrecker, but you honestly could go Wrecker too. You're going to be fighting the Torval a lot. You could go Wrecker, but I think you would want to go with Resil and Rejuve early on. But Cod is fine. I wouldn't want to focus on it too much. Let's see how we start off here. Fernando going point. You're kind of sitting here on the left side. This is a really good spot for the Makoa. So right there when you tried to hook and you pulled to the right, you actually pulled the opponent into the wall and it didn't allow you to finish the pull-in. So be careful about that if you're near a wall like that. Pull away, so you'd want to turn left there in that situation. You don't need to turn all the time, you know? Should be able to finish the Torvald off. Want to make sure to stay on point here. Right now you're not getting any capture point. That's a good job finishing off the Maldamba, but you want to make sure to try to get the capture point as much as possible without chasing kills too much. Your main goal right now is to stay alive while also getting the capture points. Good try on the pull on the Victor. You want to dash out right away. Probably the other way though. You might get collapse on here. Yeah, you will. Your number one hook target should honestly be the Torvald. You want to be careful because the Torvald does have Thanks Grandpa, so he's going to be CC immune on anyone you try to hook with the shield. But Torvald himself is very susceptible. Just getting shielded. Or just getting hooked, sorry. That hook, I don't know if it was that necessary. The Zen was already up there, but you ended up getting the kill anyway. That pull also, don't know if that was that necessary. If you didn't, you probably should be able to get it. I would have waited to see if she had her dash up. If she did, then I would hook her in the middle of that. If not, then you could have had it on the Torvald, but it's still working out all right. Keep in mind the Victor can ult you while you are in the shell shield, so don't expect that to save you. Your Genos is down right now, so you just need to get out. There we go. Could have just kept going back. This pathing, not really that important. Now you got the heal, time to move in. Now you're playing you're getting very close to your ultimate. So what you're going to want to do is start playing aggressive once you do get your ult. Don't really use it as a, oh no, I'm going to die, I'll ult now. Like, play to where your team's up and you just freaking go. You make the enemy team turn around and look at you, and then you ult and they go, oh crap, we have to kill this guy twice. Not even, more than twice. This is where Resilience would help out a lot. You really should think about picking up Resilience and Rejuvenate. You're not going to be getting that many heals from the Genos because he's solo healing the entire team, and it's really hard with the cooldown reductions, or the nerfs that he's received. Right now you have your whole team up, so now it's time to start pushing. That Maeve is low. I maybe would have considered pushing Tree when you saw the Maeve was low, because you're probably getting flanked on right now. Also keep in mind that Naldamba is Wakono's curse, and that does go through your shield. It's a good kill on the Damba. You can start pushing right now. Look for a hook on someone you want. You saw that Zen up there. He's peeking into the left side of that window. Now right now, with your hook up, you're going to want to probably look for that Torvald. If you don't want that Torvald sitting in the back just shielding his teammates. Hey, big old pull. Right there, I just would have dashed in. Look, your whole team is there, and they just want someone to be up in the front taking the damage. And right now, it is the Fernando. The dash out was good. Shield not really needed. You need to get back in there. Try to find a hook on someone, get them pulled away, and then just ult. You'll have your dash up in case you need to chase someone. Right here, you want to be careful. Your Nando was down. You're also focusing on the Zim while leaving your back completely exposed to the enemy team. That was a wishful hook there. Been there. Ash's lowest. Now that the time has gone way far down. Well, the time has gone way far down. You probably don't want to use your ult. Makoa's ult is probably the best, most tide-turning thing in a game. It's nuts. So while you may be looking close and being able to pull it out, I don't think you'd want to expend a Makoa ult for it. But you are even right now. It's 4-4. And even popped a little bit early, but you'd want to hang on to that ultimate. And also be careful over time. You get back to it. You might be able to pull this out. You just need to figure out which target you're going to want to hit. Oh, the ult one behind you. Watch out behind you. A lot of ults being expended. Good job turning around for that Zen, but the Torfall knocks you away. Bummer. And again, keep in mind on that payload, people might start getting dropped here soon, and you're going to have to get on the payload. Not going to work. You got 28% back of your ult, but that ult just allows you to just run into people and just do massive amounts of work. Definitely want to save that for point fights. So your Maeve is starting off with Kill the Heal. Not great, but you do have some good cauterizers with the Fernando and the BK. The BK is probably an amazing cauterizer. I'll go Rejuver next or Rezil. I think Rezil's going to be a lot more impactful. Like, would I rather have a Rejuve 2 or a Rezil 2? Well, Rejuve 2, not really that mandatory because you could just get out of caught, but Rezil 2 just allows you to, 1, get out of ults quicker, and 2, if you have your ult up, get out of ult quicker so you can ult. Good pull onto that Ashe. Whew. That was hectic. So remember, if you're nearing point right now, the Genos doesn't want to be on point. There's so much fighting going on. Make sure that you have someone on point. If you browse up there and you don't see the payload or you don't see the capture point going up, make sure to try to get there if you can. I know it's tempting to go out there and chase the kills if they're kind of out of position, or just in general, just tasty looking targets. This Ashe is gonna have her ultimate, so you're gonna want to be careful on your hook usage right here because you're the only person that can get him out of it or her out of it. Jesus, words. Genos can prolong it by lifting. Don't know about that pull on that Maldon, but this might actually end in your death. Ooh! Ooh! Oh, bummer. Now the Zen billowing back, don't worry about him. The capture points, that's one person down right now. Your Genos is coming back, so you kind of want to make path, but I think the Genos got around. This is when you immediately want to turn around, dash towards a point. Your team just killed a couple of them, and you're distracting them. That's great and all, but you want to be up there and make sure the payload is so close to going on your side. And you are very close to your ultimates. You want to play it a little bit safe. Just make sure you can poke, get a couple more damages in. One more shot should do it. Oh, no. Keep in mind when you shoot a shield, you don't get any ult charge, so you want to focus on anything that doesn't have a shield, like not Torvald. Nice try on the hook. No dash, though. But again, you have your ultimate. You don't want to use it towards the end of the round, so feel free to be a little bit aggressive here and throw it out. Oh, that was weird. He's super aggressive on this Torvald. Just keep holding W. Now, the way you're kind of like running back and forth and checking spots, it sucks because, you know, I kind of use it in comparison to maybe me playing in a scrim, or because that's all I've been doing lately is like 5 hours of scrim 7 days a week. Anyway, you want to make sure that people are holding certain areas, and you can't get that kind of organization in a ranked game. That kind of sucks because if you're Makoa and you run back and forth, you don't see anybody, and in that time span, your Fernando dies and the enemy team starts pushing on you, then you're like, well, what do I do? You just want to hold down an area. At any time, like maybe if you're watching mid, you can just start fighting this Ashe, maybe get her down a little bit low and force an ult out, then hook her out. You want to be doing snapbacks on the area to your left. Instead of looking there, you just want to look to see, is there a person over there? Whether it be your teammate taking damage, or whether it be an enemy you see through the window. Going back and looking back and forth isn't always the best thing to do. Play the Makoa. Ooh, okay, so right there, I probably would have, instead of dashing right there, standing right there, right? Because what happens is when you dash, you go right through her charge, and if you were to stand in front of it, you would have got knocked back a little bit, which would have been mitigated by resilience. You would have stopped her and forced maybe an ult out on her. Careful about tunnel visioning on this Ashe too much, because you're walking into a killing field. Worked out alright, though. That Zen just tore that May of a new one. That Fernando was all up there alone, and it'd be nice if you were up there to be able to help him out, but at the same time, he probably shouldn't have been up there that far in the first place. Holy crap, I didn't think that hook was going to hit. This is the time to ult right now. You're down one, you want to make sure that you pretty much are filling the place of 2 tanks. Once you start taking damage here, you'd want to ult, but the stun did not allow you to do that. Not only would that, allow you to take the place of 2 tanks, but it also makes it so you have time to charge it for the next round. Now, by the time you get back up, I would probably hold off. Again, Makoa, best ult in the game, in my opinion. For the point fights. Right there when you try to ult the Victor, I would probably look for the Torvald. The great thing about playing Makoa into a Torvald is, well, the one thing that sucks is you can't hook opponents that get shielded, but you can always hook a Torvald, and Torvald can only waddle away oh so very fast to try to get away, and it's usually not fast enough. So Torvald's going to be one of your #1 hook targets, and that's why I suggested Wrecker to be a pickup. The ult was a good job at it happened to time out really well with the Maldamba ult. So you got a Maldamba ult out of him, but you lost your Genos and you lost your Makoa ult. There's a Resilience. I promise you, if you had Resilience 2 and a Rejuve 1, it'd be so much more impactful. And I definitely see what you're saying here, down here at the bottom left, is you cleared the spot and you stopped their momentum, yes, but use a BK ult, use a Maeve ult, use something. Makoa ult is just so damn important on point fights. Right now you're not seeing anybody. Oh man, it's quiet. I would start capturing point here and just kind of doing 360s looking around to see who's taking damage. Around your Bomb King, your Fernando are taking damage. You want to find them and try to get to it. Don't try to hook that. I know you would, because that's exactly what I would have done. It's so much easier to talk from a third-party perspective. Just saying like when you should hook and when you shouldn't hook, but I know I'd be trying to get that greedy hook. You heard the Ashe ult behind you. You are the person to stop her. Peek around that corner and get that Ashe out of there. Ooh, good shield by the Ashe. You guys are all still up right now, and the Ashe is going to be taken down if you're able to hit that last shot. Coolio and Torvald ulted. Maybe the Genos off the map, I think, yeah. That was a really good try on the shot to get the retaliation down and then to hook right after, but you want to wait a little bit longer after that first shot. This is to compensate just for maybe missing, maybe one of your teammates shoots so you can get the hook off, or for lag. Now your Genos is coming back, so you want to, pull back. Oh wait, he's up there. Don't worry, I'm dumb. He's actually being chased by the Zen right now. Holy hell. He's still alive. Look at him over there. Ooh. Barely missed that hook on the Victor, but keep in mind that your Genos is down, your heals are down, so don't get too crazy. Right now you're just looking to charge your ult, push the payload as far as you can, but don't overcommit. Zen probably got to retaliate or something away, and you also right there you could have shielded and dashed away immediately because your Genos was just getting back, I believe. 1,000 credits, you're gonna want to spend those. Resil, baby. Can't harp on it too much. I forget to buy stuff all the time. Good pull into that Vic. Ooh, really good Torvald shield to stop that. If you could turn around and get a shot off, and then ult immediately. Ah, the silence got you. That would have been a really good time, because what was happening is they were pushing you, and they were kind of committing to it, and if you could just turn around and go, nope, that would allow your team to take advantage of that. Like that bait right there alone would help out, just making it so they're completely out of position. There, the way that you kind of went around the stairs, I don't know if you're trying to line up that hook on the Zen, but you can just dash off, and when you dash off ledges like that, you get a big boost. Torvald is completely out of position. I would dash and just, the Zen over there, but I would try to focus on this Torvald. Talk about bad timing right there at that lift. Damba's dash is down. I would have spin forward and look for him. With that Ashe trying to dash, it would have been really cool the way that you're aiming and trying to time it to right when the Ashe was going to dash, but I would suggest just kind of, holy hell, that Zen got blown. I would suggest hooking in the middle of the Ashe dash. But, and that hook on the Victor, too far and had the shield, so keep in mind. Thanks, Grandpa. Again, I don't like using an ult here. I don't think it'd be good. A Zen ult was just used, a Victor ult was just used, you would be at a huge advantage next fight if you would have kept your ult. Sometimes, if you don't think you're going to be able to push it in, just making the enemy team waste their ults is a win, flat out. You know, we're looking for a hook on the Torvald, make sure he can't go back there for free, or the Maldava. That works. Leave the payload open a little bit. Sad that the Fernando couldn't get back on there, but it's whatever. No more rejuve. Heading on back. Your team is over on the left side and they're pushing, so you can be a little bit aggressive here. Keep pushing. You can collapse on them. Instead of going up behind this Fernando, you could have collapsed right in the middle. Now, Torvald is still over to your left. You want to help out your Fernando. Right there would have been a really good time. Hold on. Body blocking is amazing. So right when you walk up to this Torvald, don't move. That Torvald's going nowhere. Ooh, that hook and that Victor would have been huge. That dude is booking it, man. Running a marathon. I don't know why that Victor tried to throw a nade on point. He was blinded and knew there was a Makoa nearby. Ooh, couldn't finish off the Victor again. Now that Ashe is probably going to ult here real soon. Get ready for your hook. Hook now! No! That might be the tide turner right there. If you would have got that Ashe out, it would have been really nice. The Ashe did get knocked out due to the Poppy Bomb and you shot her, but all the shots before hitting her while she's immune, nah, it's a waste of ammo. It'd be better just staring at her with not shooting a bullet, just so you have the ammo ready. Alright, you're 71%. Your number one goal, get that ultimate up. This is an important 1v1. Ooh, man. Get out of there. Get out of there. Touch the point. That's a good ult from the Genos, kind of keeping him off you. You guys have time. You want to play it cool. Don't peek right away. Oh, no. You don't need to go in. You want to hold off. It was only a 78%. If you would have stayed out, you would have got out of combat regen for another 2 seconds. That would have been almost 1,000 HP plus maybe a Genos heal. And that allowed you to stay alive and get your ult up. Right there when you were dead, a really good buy would be to get just max out morale boost, because you just want your ult up to be right away. Honestly, with morale boost, you probably would have your ult up right now. Resilience allowing you to get out of silence ASAP. And you want to be careful here. You want to get the kills, but you also don't want to step off the point. Good job of staying near the point. Oh no, dash back on. Alright, just touch the point. Oh no, you were dancing around it. So, overall, let's look at your item and loadouts. Loadout was fine, legendary choice was fine. Items was fine, but I probably would have at least prioritized resilience over rejuvenate. That would have allowed you to get out of the silence. Knockback's not as far, all that fun stuff, and you would be able to get your ult out much faster. Speaking of ults and other skill usages, it was good. You hit the majority of your hooks. You want to prioritize not trying to hook a target that has a shield. Pay in mind at the legendary choice of the Torvald for Thanks Grandpa, and you want to try to hook that Torvald on as much as possible because, again, he can shield other people, but his shield does not stop any hook coming in at him. As for the actual ult usage, I'd say definitely make sure that you have your ult at least 75% when you're going into a point fight. You really wanted it at 100%. If you have it at 100%, you could tell your team, I'm going to be super aggressive. Let's go. Like, get the Maeve ult out. I'm going to charge in. I've got double lives. Using it at the end never panned out, and even if it did, it's just, I don't think the risk is worth the reward. As for your positioning, there's a little bit of times where you were kind of looking around, looking for something, and there wasn't anything there. You want to make sure you have something in your mind where I'm going to go this way. It really helps out if you tell your team, like, I'm going to watch left side, so they know left side's covered, and maybe the Maeve wants to go flank right side. Then you can kind of keep an eye on the Maeve. If she starts pushing, taking damage, then you know you can start being aggressive. And also, when you're around point, step on it a few times, get a few percentages. You want to try to go and find some people that can get caught out and get hooked. I understand that, but if Fernando's not on there, you'll want to be on there, especially when there's just no combat going on. It's just free capture point. Anybody watching that wants to comment down below how they could do so much better on Makoa, spoiler alert, no one cares. I want to thank Talonlan for popping in the submission. I hope everyone enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm not going to be one of those people who asks you to like and subscribe, so I'm not going to ask.